How's it going, guys? I'm Mike Dwyer from the Bunker Recordings and BetterMixes.com, and let me know if this sounds familiar to you. Maybe you spend all day working on a mix, and at the end of the day, you're feeling pretty good about it. You think you got it really close, and it sounded really good. Then you come back in the next morning, take a quick listen down, and it's just a disaster. You don't know what the heck you were thinking the night before. It sounds nowhere as good as you thought you remembered it sounding, and you feel like you pretty much have to start over again. Or maybe you're spending a ton of time on one particular element of the mix. Maybe it's on your kick drum. You're just super hyper focused on your kick drum, just trying to get it perfect. And maybe you give up at the end of the day, not feeling great about it. You say, I'll try again tomorrow. Then you come in the morning, and within like a few minutes, you've got it sounding exactly how you want it. Now, I've got a ridiculously simple trick here to keep that from happening to you ever again. All right, you ready for it? Take a break. Seriously, that's it. I know that sounds stupid, but it's seriously going to help your mixes. This is true for a lot of different things, but I think it really applies to mixing engineers. As a whole, we're kind of known for working like a ridiculously long time on a track without ever even looking away from our computer screen. But that's definitely not the best way to mix. So there's a few different ways that taking a break can really help us. The first and maybe most obvious one is just to give your ears a break. You're sitting here with music blasting at you all day. Your ears need a break. They can get fatigued pretty quickly depending on what volume you're listening at. So by just walking away for a couple minutes, when you come back, your ears are refreshed and ready to go. The other thing a break does is it gives your mind a second to rest. This one will happen to me all the time. I'll run into some kind of unusual issue in the mix, and I'm having a tough time figuring out what to do about it. Then I take a quick break, and probably like 4 out of 5 times when I come back, I can solve that problem like almost right away. And the reason for that is even though you're not consciously thinking about it, your subconscious is still working on that problem. So by letting the subconscious take over for a few minutes while you think about something else or nothing at all, it can often get you to a better result faster. Then the other problem I see a lot is we tend to get super hyper focused on one tiny little thing in the mix. Maybe you're EQing your guitar and you notice some little spiky frequency sticking out. So you search around, you find it, you pull it down, then you notice another one. So you search around, find that, you pull that down. Then all of a sudden you've got like 20 frequencies pulled down and your guitar tone is still terrible, probably worse. But I found that a lot of the time when you take a quick break and you come back, you will find that there really wasn't any problem with your guitars to begin with. You just get so tuned into it and so hyper focused on it that you're finding problems that really aren't problems at all. When you hear it with fresh ears in the context of the full mix, it might be totally fine. So how often should you take breaks and for how long? Really depends. There's no one answer for this. It's kind of whatever works for you. In general, I would say don't go more than maybe an hour without a break. And it doesn't have to be long, just a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes or so. For me, typically I will go about 25 minutes of work and then take a 5-minute break and repeat that throughout the day. That way, I never get too deep into a mixing rabbit hole before taking a break and refreshing my ears. I actually use an app on my phone called GoodTime, and you just set how long you want your work period to be and how long you want your break to be, and it will notify you when it's time for a break. That way you can do it consistently and you don't have to think about it, because if you don't set a timer, 4 hours might pass and you won't have even realized that. And it really doesn't matter what you do on your break, just get up and leave. If it's nice out, go step outside, get some fresh air. If not, go make a cup of coffee or get some water, or just literally walk around your house or your studio. Just get up out of your chair, away from your screen, and out of the room. I know this tip might sound really dumb, and you might be thinking I am way too busy to be taking time away from my workday. But seriously, give it a shot. You'll be getting better mixes in less time because of it. I swear it works. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe. And head on over to BetterMixes.com to grab a free copy of my Ultimate EQ cheat sheet.